Hello everyone, welcome to another CoCo Show Plays. I'm Amigo Aaron, and tonight we'll be looking at a game that I've just come across in the past week or two. A game picked by our Patreon supporters to have a go at on the CoCo Show, and that game is Downland. Downland, written by Michael Eichelmeier. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this game came out in 1983. Now this game, from what I've read, was out for the Color Computer 1 and 2, a 16K game, and had trouble on the Color Computer 3. Now, I'm using the Color Computer 3 tonight with my trusty Wico joystick, the best joystick ever made. And thankfully, I've played this for a while now, and without any trouble. So clearly the SD card method is working properly, and I've read that there are hacks of this and whatnot. Now, I do not profess any particular skill at this game. I'm a good head at Donkey Kong, and this has some things in common with that. But I have had a mixed bag of results. I certainly haven't gotten through the 10 levels. So let's give this a whirl, shall we? Alright. Right out of the gate, I like the fact that you get a 1 or 2 player. The droplets are cool looking. You know, I vaguely recall this. And I remember it because of the cover more than anything else. And I remember seeing this screen a magazine, but I don't remember ever playing it until last week was the first time I played it. So we'll give it a whirl here. Now, right away, I can tell you this is my type of game because I'm a big Donkey Kong fan, and I'm a big Donkey Kong Jr. fan, and I'm also a big fan of games like Jumpman and Miner 2049er and stuff like that. So when you've got a game like this, it's right up my alley. I like it. It has a lot in common. It reminds me quite a bit of Donkey Kong Jr. and Mario had a kid, basically. They're very similar. The droplets are the real sort of oddball thing here, and that has taken me a while to get used to. I'll admit that. Now that right there is a straight up cheap death, but I mean, as is that one. And this game does have a few. I like the fact that it puts you back to where you died, but when you fall off like that, it really screws you big time. And these droplets, it's hard to time this stuff because it doesn't actually appear to be on any sort of set pattern. And so that is, you know, of course the barrels in Donkey Kong were like that, so I can't complain too much, but it would be a lot easier to, or I'd say a little more fair to, oh man, to have these droplets appear. Now see, there it is. The ball, that ball coming out is super cheesy. Let's try that again. And we're going to play this until we get through a few levels here. Yeah, prepare for a lot of cheesiness. And that's my biggest complaint with this game. I mean, the game has a lot going for it. I mean, a lot. I mean, I would, if I'd had this game back in the day, I would have died. And I do like it. I mean, I think it's a fun game. But it is cheap deaths ahoy, which is you know, not a good trait. You know, and the ball coming out, and also the fact that like that is super cheap. Honestly, I mean, you have no way to know what's coming there. Something else, your little jump man here. I'm not exactly sure his name, or even the backstory of this, if there is one. He can fall a certain distance without dying, but not super far. And so you've got to guide him through, knowing that you can only fall so far. Again, sort of like in Donkey Kong. Really, once you get past that opening volley, you're okay on this level. Now, I've had good success on this level, but of course you can't actually beat this level. You have to sort of leave it. And here we go. We'll crawl down the vine here, or the rope. Now, see that? I don't even know what happened there. I assume it got me on the dismount, but who could say? I really enjoy the game in terms of the, you know, in terms of the overall aesthetic. I think that does a good job rendering what you're trying to do. These steps are particularly tough to navigate, especially when you get killed. And that's what I'm talking about right there. Oh, that's so frustrating, so incredibly frustrating. But there's, you know, what are you gonna do? That's the name of the game. We're gonna give this thing another whirl here after I check my levels here. We will go again. Here we go. Let's see if we have to do any more luck this time. The ball on this level is what really screws you. Here it comes. And the droplets, again, the level design is actually pretty good. All things considered. And I will say the droplets are a neat graphical effect that I enjoy. I think they did a good job on that. Okay, here we go. Oh. Okay. Oh. Very difficult. Oh. Alright, we staggered through that, okay. Let's see if we can get off this level. Sometimes those droplets can come just at the exact wrong time. And that's usually the way to get you. I like the fact that they've got these half vines sprinkled through. Sort of like the half ladders or the broken ladders in Mario, or the half vines in Donkey Kong. You can use those just to avoid the lower level problems with, for example, the ball. Let's see if we can get down this thing without getting nicked. Okay. Yeah, it must have got me on the dismount that last time. So, this level, like I said, the trickiest part of this level is right here. When you're trying to navigate these little ledges. Oh, shoot. That was bad luck. I think I would have made it, too. So, like I said, it's going back to where you started, it's a good thing and a bad thing. Now, I will tell you, as I mentioned at the top of the show, I'm playing with my trusty Wicco sticks. And, they do a decent job on this game, but this game is just a tough game. Tough game to control in terms of these ledges. I think they played a little bit too close to the vest on these, because they don't give you enough room to jump. I mean, it's doable, but you have to. And the problem is, if you go off too far, obviously, you die horribly. So it becomes a pain in the butt. Bird of death. God, get out of here. See, that's when you take too much time, the bird comes out into your bone. So frustrating. We'll give it one more whirl here. Okay. I have done better than this, but again, I've also done worse. There's that, which makes the game sort of frustrating to try to perfect to hone your craft at, because you get going and you get caught in just a couple places, and you have problems. So, we shall overcome. Okay. I was waiting for that sucker to come out. We gotta get up here before the ball comes back. Oh! Now, is it gonna start me over? Yes. See, that is a shortcoming. And that makes the game frustrating to me. But we will try to endeavor to do better. If you caught my last CoCo show stream when I played Poltergeist, Poltergeist also had a situation with some cheap deaths, and can be frustrating. Oh, that was my own fault there. You know, these games, they punished your poor play, and they did not. They were relentless in giving you a chance. And I look at stuff like a Manic Miner comes to mind, which we covered Manic Miner on the ARG Presents show. And a great game, but I mean, it's just rock hard. Shoot. Super rock hard game. Ugh. And this sort of reminds me of this. This is really a more playable game, but I'm just gonna get killed so I can start over. It's a game that you're gonna end up playing it a bunch of times, and I would wager that the people that got good at the game, that could go through all the 10 levels, probably played this dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of times. Just probably hundreds of times to get to the point where they were good enough to get anywhere, because it is that kind of game. But we will get there. We'll get somewhere anyway. I don't know if we'll get there, but we'll get somewhere. And there it was. At least we fell on the ledge this time. Let's get out of here. It's funny, the opening puzzle in Manic Miner also starts off with a really brutal area, a really difficult area. That's what this reminds me of, because it has no mercy for you not knowing what you're doing. It doesn't give you a chance. You just have to keep going. So here we go. Now let's try this again. Oh, jeez. Okay. If this doesn't hit us, we're okay. Okay. It'll all come down to those ledges again. No, that's just the way it is. Okay. It's funny, getting on the ledge is not that difficult. Holy mackerel. Okay. Now we've made it out of the cavern. Now, you haven't defeated that level, but you have escaped. And we'll see it. We'll try our luck on this level. I knew we'd get there eventually. Now, this is tricky here. You've got to get this key. We'll give it a whirl here. And now the door is open. So that's the door that will lead us back to the second cave. And we're back out. And now we have to get this other key. I know there's going to be a drop. And now we can go back out the door we came in. Very clever and very unusual, the scope of the game. Now, you can see the door across the way there. That's where we're heading. And so, now this is difficult here. I think that prize is almost a trick, because I don't think I've ever successfully got it. Now here are some more difficult levels, and of course you've got that ball to contend with. And he's coming back. Shoot. And this has always been a pain for me right through here. And there it is. Just relentlessly brutal. Just relentlessly brutal. Now, I do like the 2-player option on this. And I really do like this game. And it's one that I have played on and off. I've gotten a little farther than what I showed here. But not a ton farther. And the fact that this thing has 10 levels, in some ways, it reminds me that the way the levels work, where you leave one section and move to another, it's almost like a Baggett Man type of affair, which is a game I enjoy. I also suck at, but I do enjoy it. I think this is quite a hidden gem for me. I really enjoy it. So hopefully somewhere down the line I'll be able to record something where I get a little further into the game. But hope springs eternal. So thanks for joining me tonight as I played Downland. If you get a chance, if you're into the car computer, myself and John Boat of Carshaller co-host a sort of bi-monthly podcast called the CoCo Show. We talk CoCo games, nothing but CoCo games, and we have a good time doing it. I'm rediscovering my CoCo roots, and Boat is discovering CoCo games for the first time. He's just bought himself a CoCo and is real excited about it. I've noticed a lot of the people in our Discord have bought CoCos and are getting excited about them. If you would like to support the CoCo Show and what we do, we have a Patreon set up, and any funds we get to that go towards the show or go towards production of the show. And we've got a good community of people. Even if you donate as little as $1 a month, you gain access to our Patreon, our exclusive Patreon server, where we have people from our 4 shows all together. It's a fun, lighthearted chat area where everyone is super nice. We host a show called the Amigos, Everything Amiga podcast, which we've done for quite a while now. We also, myself and Boat, also host a show called R. Sinclair, which is a show dedicated to games from the ZX Spectrum, or sort of the Timex Sinclair, if you're in the States. And then myself and my brother, we also have a show on our network called ARG Presents, Amiga Retro Gaming Presents, where we literally randomly choose systems every week and pick a couple games from them. That show's a lot of fun. We record that one every week as well. So if any of that stuff sounds interesting, come over and check our Amigos Retro Gaming channel out and give us a shot. Thanks for joining me, and I will talk to you guys again next time. Adios.